Yo, hello, and how's it going, my fellow DeFi DEGEN friends? I hope you're all doing well, staying safe, and making the best investments that you possibly can. Now, in today's video, I want to give you an update to Liquid Capital. If you don't know what Liquid Capital is, there's tons of information that has come out previously. It's such a huge project, huge backing, you know, huge amounts of funding that have gone into this, and you know, it's quickly becoming a household name. I will leave all of the links in the description so you can get familiar with Liquid Capital, everything that they are about, everything that they are doing, and kind of immerse yourself in the ecosystem and kind of go down that Liquid Capital rabbit hole, because there's so much that these guys are doing. They've got so much big funding and backing, as I said, and it's quickly growing into a bit of a powerhouse. So Liquid Capital is designed to deliver what DeFi investors desire most: safety, sustainability, and price stability. Built and managed by a team of successful DeFi veterans who use the most effective strategies and tools, the project will set a new standard in DeFi space in terms of profitability, sustainability, and safety. But in today's video, we are going to talk about Liquid Capital's new token that has launched, which is LAR. It is on a rebase model kind of system, and all of that good stuff. So without further ado, let's just jump into it. Okay, so very recently, you know, this only happened a couple of days ago with the LAR token launch. You know, they raised over 3 million in the pre-sale, which is officially the biggest DeFi pre-sale of the year. You know, it's just been so much going on over this last week in Liquid Capital with the LAR token. Looking at the chart, there's not really too much to, you know, even look at. It's only been around for 4 days, less than 4 days. It's opened here at 12 cents, which was probably a little bit higher than the pre-sale, which of course saw some sell-off, but it's only 3 cents down from the opening price, and you know, this is where everyone who got in the pre-sale always seems to dump, and now it will start to accumulate, go through some consolidation, and I am sure as long as the market stays bullish and the sentiments are improving, then the LAR token is sure to see some huge increases, especially with all the bullish sentiments behind the project that the team are putting in place. So let's just look into that. So the best place to find out all the information that you need to know is in the docs, of course. As we always say, you have to do your own research, make sure you're checking out the docs, fully understanding everything that you're getting into. But there is some huge alpha in the docs, so definitely go and check it out for yourself. And there's some key factors that are putting Liquid Capital just a little bit ahead of everyone else. So I'll let you make your own decision on that. It's definitely worth looking into. So as I said earlier, Liquid Capital is built and managed by a team of successful DeFi veterans, and they have used everything that they have learned in space, every other project. They've taken all the highs and the lows, and then they've combined all of that into the Liquid AR token. It is a decentralized financial protocol that rewards investors with a sustainable, variable compound interest return through its no-stake liquid auto rebase mechanism. Much research and technical analysis of rebase tokens and projects, Liquid Capital has decided to improve on the current model by adding a dynamic calculation to determine the daily APR. So this is very important, as most rebase tokens are highly inflationary. The APRs are far too high for too long, and this increases the token supply inflates so rapidly that these projects soon die out because there's too much sell pressure, there's too many tokens in circulation, and it's hard to, you know, maintain solid price action. So this is where Liquid AR are putting in dynamic calculations to determine the APR to ensure that it is sustainable and healthy for the project. The daily APR will vary based on our sustainability formula and taper down over the first few months. By going with the numbers, Liquid Capital can effectively reward investors when market conditions are favourable and protect them during market lulls and downtrends. So you can go and check out all the information here, see how the APRs will taper down, and then of course there's tons more information explaining why this is beneficial to the project with less bank runs in favourable market conditions or downtrends. You know, the APRs will adjust to sustain each market condition, and that's very important, especially in these rebasing projects where the high inflation, high APRs can quickly ruin very good projects. It's very important, and we are seeing this more and more with these new projects, new rebasing models that are coming out, that they are focusing more on sustainability to ensure the longevity of the project and make it more favorable for investors and protect investors. So in the docs there's also all the investor benefits of the LAR token: investment safety, interest yield with automated payments, dynamic annual percentage rate, rapid interest payments, manual token buybacks, auto liquidity. And as I said, this project is highly backed by a lot of, you know, big DeFi veterans and whales, so there's so much more going on behind the scenes in this project. And this is evident in Liquid Capital's Twitter feed. You can see they did allow different projects to have a referral link into the pre-sale to, you know, determine which projects were raising what amount of cash. Now, as you can see, there's been some big numbers from some of these different projects. And Liquid Capital have recently acquired Orbital swap from Titan. There was a whole thing about that, but I'm not going to get into it. But I have been bullish on Orbital swap and all of the benefits that that does bring with the Launchpad, the fees that are going back to holders, and those fees will now go back to Liquid Capital token holders, which is huge. I was bullish on it when it was going back to Titan holders. Now it's going to be going back to Liquid Capital holders, and all those fees that are generated by the Orbital swap platform and now going straight back to Liquid Capital investors. So that is a huge aspect that is going to bring a lot of benefits and advantages to Liquid AR tokens holders. And as you can see here on the Orbital swap, looking at the information and analytics, you can see there is tons of liquidity within the Orbital platform, as well as tons of volume coming in each day. This is on a low day right now, 290k, but previously it has had into the millions of volume, and all of these fees do go back to Liquid AR token holders, which is insane. Most of the time people just operate on the DEX and don't really think about the extra fees and where they're going. Normally they are going to, you know, the project platform, whatever it is, you know, Pancake Swap, Spooky Swap, all of them. Now these fees are going to go back into token holders' pockets, and that is something that, you know, I am big on this channel, is giving extra value back to the community, to investors in these projects that they do believe in, and sharing that revenue between everyone is very, very key and very important for, you know, longevity and investor beliefs. Also, another key part of the Orbital swap is the Launchpad. I have spoke about this before. Liquid Capital will now be taking around 8%, I believe it is, of pre-sale tokens for any projects that are launching on the platform. And this is huge because it does generate so much revenue for the Liquid Capital platform and allows them to spend that on so many different factors that benefit the project through auto liquidity, burns, buybacks, and then, you know, giving fees back to investors through the rebases, and just making it a completely sustainable and long-term project. And that's what I like to see. You know, I don't really like covering projects that might only have, you know, a 1 week lifespan. It's important to see these sustainability factors built into the fundamentals of the project. And of course, Orbital swap has been, you know, such a huge acquisition for Liquid Capital. And as I was bullish on Orbital swap before when it was with Titan, the spotlight has shifted onto Liquid Capital, and it is definitely going to get very interesting with more and more projects that are lined up to jump onto the, you know, Orbital Launchpad. There's going to be so many fees, so much revenue coming into the Liquid Capital platform, going back to investors. It's going to be pretty huge. And I have heard a couple of whispers that trusted partners of Liquid Capital, the teams and projects that are doxed and KYC'd, are going to have the ability to move their primary liquidity to Orbital swap, which is then going to be beneficial to Liquid Capital and also the projects that do migrate over and get involved in that whole ecosystem. You know, there's just tons going on, and as I said, Liquid Capital is not messing around. It's a huge project backed by veterans and large amounts of cash, so I do believe it will be here for the long run. And the token only launched a couple of days ago. It is below token launch price right now, and it could be a very, very good opportunity to load up some now. Of course, this is not financial advice, but I just like to share the best alpha with you guys, just so you can get yourself ahead in this market and, you know, make sure that we all win. So let me know what you think about Liquid Capital, the LAR token, Orbital swap. If you think Liquid Capital is going to, you know, be a long-term sustainable project like I think it will be, I'd love to hear your thoughts and your comments, so let me know down below. I will be getting back to every comment. Follow me on Twitter at DeFi Come and join the DeFi Degens Telegram channel. That's the thing now. There's only a couple people in there, but we want to see you in there. And whatever you do, stay safe out there, make good investments, and have a great day.